All right, let's see. Whew, that was a lot. All right, let me see. I don't know. I think okay, there we go. Woo! I don't know what was going on. I don't know what was just going on with that, but we are here. We are back. Give me a heart and a thumbs up when you get here. Let me do this. Let me do this. Just a few things that I want to play catch up on. I promise I won't keep you too long. So yeah, so we had to get that together. I don't know what was going on with that, but we fixed it. Oh no, this is not right. So say hi. Yeah. See, I don't know. Look, I don't know what was going on with that, Benita. Thank you. I don't know what was going on with that girl. I ain't even got time. Today has been like one of those long days. And when you get here, share the show for me, share it, share it, share it. So, like I said, I've just been getting a little. My schedule has been more busy than usual, but it's all good because all of that stuff is going to slow down pretty soon. Slow down like in a good way though. Slow down and pick up. It's been doing both. So let me do this so I can send out all my signals because everybody was just on here. And then I gotta get you all going and on here again. How was y'all week first and foremost? How was your week now that I got everything going where I needed to be? Got the shows and all the places I needed to be in. I don't know what was just going on. All right, so I want to get into just give you guys an update. Boop. There we go. It is July is almost here, and we are about to be entering. We're about to be closing out season 6 of K Dakota Secrets. I'm super, super excited about that for all the new and great things that are on the horizon. And it seems like every time I do something different, something else come out. So I don't know. Today was just a day. That's probably why we was having all these little technical difficulties. But it's just but moving on, we here. I'm glad to see you guys in here with me. YouTube is in the building. Shout out to YouTube and Facebook. I totally appreciate it. And say hi in the comments when you get here so I can see your lovely face. Okay. And I know that you're here. I see you guys on YouTube. Hold on, let me get this. Okay, we're gonna go here. Okay, got it. Okay, Benita, I see you over there. You right there on Facebook. So some of the other stuff that we're going to get into today is just giving you guys an update. First of all, I want to shout out to Pebbles Mitchell. She actually went to the plantation that we talked about last week on Juneteenth. So that was good. She also did some footage and stuff. So I'm gonna have to get the pictures from her. She said that her children, they enjoyed it. So I'm glad that you guys, actually be listening. Hey, Vicky girl, that y'all be listening and I'll be talking for my health. And she was able to enjoy, the plantation when she went. They actually did get the tour, the story. So I actually wanted her to kind of see if she would be willing to be able to share her experience a little bit with everything that she had going on. Let me ask if she's still free. Let's see. Or she might be asleep. Who knows? But like I said, she actually went to the plantation, the pictures and everything. She had tagged me in it, so I reposted it. But I'm gonna see if I can get her to actually post it onto Facebook so that she can share it so that y'all can see. So I'm glad that she actually, that someone actually went. What's new and what's going on with you guys? Also, I want to touch It's two conversations, right, that I had today with people, and I'm dying to know like how some of y'all feel about it, because I posted one of the conversations in the actual Facebook group, which was, if your friend is in a relationship or they're married and they need some financial help, would you help them? I would like to know what you guys think about that. And the other one, this conversation, which is probably a trigger warning for some, the conversation that came up at work today was the child support conversation. So y'all know how people feel about child support, and was it a post or something somebody showed me, or oh, okay. So I seen this post that was online that said, if you get child support, if you're using child support to pay your bills, then you need not have full custody of the kids. Have y'all seen that? Hey, what's up, CJ? Have y'all seen that? So it was just interesting that I didn't really get into it. Oh, hey, CEO, long time no see. How you been? So she said, girl, right. So the conversation that we didn't really get into it when we were talking about it at work, because we ended up doing other things, but that was the part of the conversation that said, if you receive child support, you shouldn't have used child support to pay your bills. So I was like, okay. I was like, this is interesting. And I think I shared it. I think I actually shared the post in the group, but you know how y'all be feeling sometimes about child support. I don't. What is it that you? Why do you guys think child support is such a triggering conversation? So I want to know what makes child support such a trigger. So so the one we was having a conversation and someone was like, well, I feel like child support should only be child support is for absent fathers, right? And I'm like, yeah, I get that. Says, what bills are we talking about? I don't know, because the post was so vague. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it, because I think I shared it into the group, or we started talking about it at work. Okay. Oh, maybe I need to tag you guys. I did put it in there in the group. So it says, let me tag people so that way I'm gonna at y'all under it so y'all can see it. It said, if you need, oh shoot, oh, I can pull it up on here. Toodaloo. Totally forgot. You guys can see it. Who's the smart one in the room? Do you want to leave? Yes, leave. Um, the smart one in the room. It says, I want to pull it up on the screen so that you guys are able to see it. So, it said that you shouldn't be using your child support to pay the bills. So I'm just always, interested to see what you guys' thoughts are when it comes to that. Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up, because y'all, we done moved on up. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Okay. Hold on, I think it's coming. And shout out to y'all. I want to thank y'all. Oh, and I want to say thank you to everybody who subscribed to the Patreon and became a member of the Patreon. You are my little mini business partner. You keep me going. You keep it going round. So I appreciate you guys. And pretty soon I'm going to be like, putting you guys on the spot. But thank you guys for joining the Patreon. All right. So let me share the screen. Folk opinion on where it should be spent. It supports the child well-being. The fuck, yeah. So it just seems like, let me go to presentation. That becomes a huge thing, right? Child support is just a huge topic that really gets people and gets their panties in a bunch. Let me see. I want to do it this way. Let's see if we can do this way. All right. So this was the post. Says, if you need child support, but it looks a little blurry. How can I make this thing? Can y'all see that? Oh, I just made it bigger for me, Lord. It says, if you need child support, to pay your bills, you don't need custody. So I'm like, huh? 1 plus 1 don't equal 4. But some people were saying, when I had the conversation at work, one person was like, well, if the father if he is paying for football practice, for different things, if he's sending the money, if he's doing X, Y, and Z, and you just don't have a job, or you don't want to get a job, or you're not doing your part as a mother, then no. What's the answer? Then he should not, or she should not have to pay child support. So I get that too. So what I was saying to them, what I was saying to them was, hey, well, you know what? I definitely get that. But here's the other side to it as well. The custodial parent is the parent that's normally the parent that's doing everything. When the child doesn't feel good, when the child needs to miss school, when the child going on field trips, need clothes, or just need different things at the end of the day, a lot of times in some situations with people, unless you're a millionaire and they getting $10 million a month, usually a lot of people who receive the child support, that money is like reimbursement to what you've already spent, what you already kicked out, and it don't even really do much depending on the expenses. Some people put their children in private school. Some people I like to keep their children active in a lot of different activities and stuff. So I just feel like when it comes to the child support conversation about what should be done and what's not being done with the money, it gets a little tricky. It's kind of like, you got to know the scenario. Like each story has something completely different. I definitely do believe that child support should be for absent fathers, and it should, but there are also fathers who are present, and then if the relationship ends, they become absent fathers. You get what I'm saying? Do y'all get what I'm saying? I hate the child support conversation on every level. I wish it never existed, but the society we live in calls for it. Yes. What she say? Now, don't get it twisted. There are people over here that blow money on nonsense. It is. It is. Okay, it's on a case by case basis. Yes, I definitely feel like that it's a case by case basis. You know what I mean? Everybody's situation is different. I don't like the fact that they say everybody who gets child support, receives child support, or takes somebody for child support is better, because that is totally not the case. At the end of the day, I feel like if you do for your child or not. But at the end of the day, when you're sitting in the mirror and you are alone, you know if you really do the best that you can do, or if you do the bare minimum, or if you aren't doing anything at all. You get what I'm saying? Like you kind of know that, right? You're exactly right. It's definitely situational. So one of the people that was having the conversation, they were like, well, okay, if the child is on the health care, is on one of the parents' health care, and all these other things, like that should be considered, it should be taken into accountability and all of that. But what I don't think is sometimes, not what I don't think is, Lord, sometimes in some situations, I feel like child support is very necessary because it keeps down the drama. If y'all arguing all the time, if y'all bickering, and to me, sometimes child support regulates the I got it this week and I ain't got it next week. Or I got it today, but I ain't gonna have it for another 5 months. You know what I mean? I think we all may have heard or know someone in a situation like that where you've tried to work with them, and then it's like, well, this not working because now I need a guarantee. Now I don't want to have to talk to you every day because me and you don't get along already anyway. So sometimes child support is a mediator. So hey, yo, that's my best friend. Say hey. So it's one of those kind of situations where if child support determines your physical presence, that's a problem. What y'all think? So I kind of can't wait until I do go back to work so that we can finish this conversation, because we didn't really get to finish the conversation. But I wanna have it, because I think that it's an interesting factor in there. You know what I mean? Some people just don't do anything. Like everybody can do things and do things out of being spiteful. You know what I'm saying? But everybody not being spiteful. So that's why I'm just like, your child too, though. How about y'all? Like I can tell y'all this. My daughter ain't never ate off of a kid menu. My daughter and my nephews have never ate off of a kid's menu ever, right? And I feel like that sometimes when relationships end, it seems like the party that left or chose to leave forget forget about the household or the people that they were dealing with. Do y'all get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What you think? Because if you get with and you meet the person that you decide to have a child with, right? And you know that if she getting her hair done every 2 weeks, your daughter or your son is getting his hair cut every 2 weeks, right? If she getting her hair done every week and your daughter is getting her hair done every week, or if every time y'all are together, she's getting a baby, manicures and pedicures, and then y'all split, and then it's like, okay, it's kind of like the lifestyle that your household is accustomed to. What y'all thinking? What y'all thinking? Let me hear from y'all. And it seems like sometimes people forget the people they got with. And it's like, sir, your baby ain't never ate chicken nuggets. Your baby was always a lamb chop, rusty scupper type of kid. And now because you done, or you guys are no longer together, and if I say I want to take the baby out to eat, now you want me to adjust everything because you're gone. Like, so she or he should no longer ever be able to eat or go experience fine dining. I mean, am I making sense? Do y'all get what I'm saying? It's kind of like if you're a woman and you can maintain your own upkeep, right? And then you meet a man, right? You shouldn't feel like you don't want him to assist you in no form. I mean, don't get me wrong. I seen that on social media too. That was like, I should not have to help you with your such and such. I see that too. But I feel like people aren't really looking at the people that they're getting into relationships with. You know what I mean? If you know shorty, first of all, especially if you getting into a relationship with a stuffed bird, if you know she got lip injections, high cheekbones, waist snatch, boobs up, booty fat, and she labeled down from head to feet, and you know what you're working with when you get in there, you don't have the right to get there, can't contribute, and say, oh well, now you need to start shopping at the thrift store. Somebody gonna look at you like, what? You know what I mean? So it's like, I think that people aren't necessarily paying attention to the people that they dealing with. And then when you go after somebody that's not really in your realm, or you know what I mean, you want them to change their lifestyle because you can't help their lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? These things help me from drinking soda, y'all. And I love them. It's the little sparkling flavored water. Let's see. How maintain a lifestyle as before. I can see it as having to readjust because now you're providing to two households. Yeah, definitely can make an adjustment. But with everything. But then you also have some people where they don't have to make the adjustment. And for instance, even though this don't qualify because none of us fit this conversation, but I don't know anybody that's on this live. If you say you would, you lying. And I'm telling you, lying. I don't know any man or woman on this chat live that if you ended up and you had a baby with a 6-figure dude, or your baby mother was a 6-figure female, and you were awarded $10,000 a month, you ain't gonna be like, oh, Your Honor, that's too much. I'll take 15. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're gonna quit your job. You go, especially if the baby little, you're gonna quit your job. You gonna find a way to try to make that 10 10,000 stretch. Come on now. Come on. Might have to go from gel to regular polish. Listen, I only get gel on my hands anyway. um, you're not gonna. You said you would. You would what? Please tell me you would what? Now the thing is, if I get $10,000 a month in child support, I'm gonna tell the judge I don't need it. No, I'm not at all. If the papers say that this is it, then this is it. Okay. Okay, so you said you would say that's too much. Okay, I don't believe you though. I swear to God, I don't believe you. Like, nobody ever goes there to argue about the amount, especially if they got it. If your person, if that $10,000 for you each month is probably what they spend in trips a year, you really think they're gonna really see that? I remember this guy was telling me, he was paying it was like 2 or 3 kids, and he was paying 1460 a month, right? He was paying 1400 a month or whatever. And I was like, dang, okay. I was like, okay. He was not complaining. I said, well, he was like, oh, I don't even see that money. Like them taking that don't even affect me. So you get what I'm saying? You gotta understand, everybody are in different financial situations. Every household is completely different. There are like the stuff that, a lot of the conversations that go on social media today about, not wanting to get a woman nails and hair and all that other type of stuff done. Like, the men who get it. They're not sitting around having these type of conversations. It's usually the ones that can't foot the bill anyway. You know what I mean? Having the conversations. Usually when I have a conversation, or I take some of these conversations to some of my friends, to some of my guy friends, and they always look at me like, who really be having these conversations? Like they be thinking I be making up stuff. Like for case in point, when I used to do the Speak Easy show with Ryan, y'all remember that, right? And when me and Kenny used to bring Ryan certain conversations about the stuff that people be talking about on social media, Ryan used to be so lost. He used to be like, wait a minute, y'all saw that? Who is having a conversation about this? Like, this your woman. Why wouldn't you want to look nice? Why wouldn't you want to contribute to what she doing or how she look? I don't know. I just say different different strokes for different folks, and do whatever rocks your boat. Okay, whatever rocks your boat, that's what you're gonna do. But just because you might not can do it, don't knock the people who can. You know what I mean? What's your thing? Oh, let me see. Yeah, I said that too. If I won the lottery tomorrow, I'd continue to work. Yeah, I would too. I would like to try to believe that I would maintain that type of like integrity. Because I don't want to work for nobody. So if I hit the lottery, you better believe. And it's going to take care of me for the rest of my life. Oh yeah, no. I'm gonna travel the world and go about my business. That's why child support is good to keep it civil. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Sometimes the child support it keeps the problems away. It keeps the problems away. No, I'm out as soon as that check hit this account. All right, so I got a question for you, Toya. So if you was awarded, let's say you was awarded $20,000 a month in child support, would you tell the judge that was too much? I want to know. If you was awarded $20,000 a month in child support, would you tell the judge that was too much? I want to know. Because think about it, that's just like with married people, right? You get divorced and they say, well, you're entitled to the house, his pension, this and that. Women really gonna be like, oh no, I don't want any of it. As much as y'all talk about the perks that come with being married, right? You mean to tell me if it don't work out, you don't want the perks that come with being married? So why you say his girlfriend? Why didn't you say her boyfriend? Because whenever you hear people talk about the conversation, about the conversations, right? With marriage, they always say, oh, it's so many perks, it's so many benefits. You get the pension, you get this, you get this. All right, but if all else fails and the judge awards you half of everything, are you going to tell the judge no? Are you going to tell the judge no? She said, no, ma'am. Yeah, like the most people are not. I need to put that. I wish I could. I gotta get a poll going because I'm in the process too of also switching systems. By the way, you have to keep on trying them and see which one works. Oh, if it's for me, it's for me. That's what I'm saying, girl. Listen, it depends on the lifestyle, but what lifestyle? Divorce court don't care about no whole bunch of no lifestyle unless you was, he was paying all your bills and letting you be a stay-at-home mom and all those type of things. I'm just I'm just saying. All I'm saying is it sounds good to say you would turn something down, but until you are put in that position, you don't know what you would do. That's all I'm saying. I want to show you the other thing. I want to show you all the other thing too. What do you okay? What's the other part? The other part of the conversation. Before we get out of here, what do you guys think about your married friends or your um friends in relationships asking for money? I think that was one of the conversations too. How do you guys feel about that? Would you contribute? Would you contribute to your friends in relationships financially if they needed it? One of the comments was it said yes, depending who they are. Their relationship status isn't what's important. If they are a friend, you're going to help them. You say yes, absolutely. Another one says, Ray said, I have done this for a female friend. But we had a conversation about it because I think the dude told her to ask me for the money. Like, you got a whole man, why you asking me? And he does nothing to help. So it's like mixed feelings on it. What y'all thinking? What y'all thinking? And be honest, it ain't no shame here. It ain't no shame. For me, I would say it would definitely be difficult because of the simple fact that when you think oh, that's different. What's different? So I would if it's for a serious reason like food or certain bills that they need help with. Okay. So you would do it depending upon like the circumstances. I get that. I think it would have to be exigent circumstances for me because of the simple fact is when I think about you being in a relationship, you already got a two-income household compared to my one. You know, if you are someone with like a one-income household, so I feel like when people go to people who are only a one household and they are a two-income household, I feel like you being a little selfish because you don't even know what the one-income household is like dealing with amongst your two-income household. And then you also know now one thing I can say, true fact, she probably beat me up, but oh, if me and my sisters had a boyfriend, my mother did not help us. So this might also be a little hereditary. Like you could not get no help if you got a dude. Like if somebody is humping up and down on you and y'all doing all this stuff and then you can't go to them for nothing, her whole thing is like, well, what you with him for? What you with him for if I still got to do X, Y, and Z? So, and don't get me wrong, and in some cases, because I've done that before where I've helped people in two income situations. But it definitely does give like, um, why you asking me for money? You get what I'm saying? You said depends on the situation. Okay. Okay. Who else? Who else? I see all of y'all in here. What? So that was one of the other conversations. So what's been going on with me lately? I've been working on different projects that you guys have been seeing. I like to test the waters. I'll give anything a try before I just hang it up and can the whole idea. So right now I'm trying something new. I'm just embracing the experience and all of that type of stuff and just living in each and every moment. I'll save some of that conversation for Patreon. So the Patreon is where you get the behind the scenes stuff, the conversations, the unheard conversations. And I just have to finish uploading. I have to finish uploading everything on there. But so far, if you guys have already joined the Patreon, let me know what you think about it. So each level comes with different things. You can, of course, the highest level allows you to be able to um, give suggestions and stuff for the shows and all that other stuff that goes on over there on Patreon. You get exclusive content. You get prizes and things like that. You get products when I have them. You get the samples of products. So it's definitely like it's a give and take kind of thing. So you just really become one of my many business partners to just continue to help, me grow and create the content and just keep on thriving. What else? What else is going on? That's about it. I just recently, I did a red carpet premiere over the weekend. That was fun. That was a different experience. So that was always, anything new that can add to me and make me better. That was a plus. And I just want to say too, with anything that you guys do out there, whether it's new or if you're redoing what you're doing, if you're trying to find ways, I say, continue to find ways to be creative. Fight for your dream. Go after what you want. Nobody's going to go as hard as you are going to go about your business. And I say that here all the time. We stress that because I have a lot of entrepreneur friends and a lot of entrepreneurs that tune in on the show. And I'm always here to help in any way that I can. And I'm just excited about that. It's just really the times when I'm sitting back and just reflecting on everything that I've done, the things that I've accomplished with over these last 6 years, and being as though that the 6 year is about to end, and I just started it. I came back starting it in January. We have done so much together. So again, I want to always thank you guys for being here, just being supportive, and just keeping hope alive. Okay, y'all doing with me. Y'all go with me as I grow. Y'all grow, and we grow together. Um, I'm so behind on. I have like 5 different magazine interviews coming up, and I'm so behind. I gotta finish them. I think. Well, no, I did. I finished the one. I got 4 left, and uh, stuff like that. Matter of fact, this one behind me. This is the 3rd one. That's which one is that? That was the article. Oh no, this was the article that was released on my 5th year. I'll never forget because that is the article that I read at my cousin's funeral. So I'm excited about that, and just sitting here. I love you too. And just sitting here, just thinking about all the things that I've done. I just really want to tell you guys, walk into your purpose, with whatever that purpose may be. Walk into your season. Don't let anybody tell you who you are. Don't let anybody try to pivot you from what you know, the things that you know you can do. And when you know who you are, sometimes that can come off differently to people. And I just want you guys to know that that's not your problem, that's a they problem. And you have to be the best you be the best version of yourself that you can be. You strive for excellence. You don't need other people to acknowledge you and validate you, as long as you get aligned with the things that you want to do. And I'm just glad that I have created this platform, and we are growing, and we are growing slowly, but baby, we are growing. And even though we are growing slowly, that still is not stopping the things that God has planned for me, or the things that God has planned for you either. So I just want you to continue to go ahead. When you feel stressed out, find a way to make it easier for you. Work smarter, not harder. There's always revamping to do. Um, I revamp Candy Coated Secrets. I would say every season, y'all seen that, but every couple of months, I'm revamping something. And a revamp isn't always a bad thing. A revamp isn't a negative thing. I know that a lot of people, when they hear that, they associate that with that, but that's not what a revamp is. The revamp, for me anyway, is looking at what you like, what works, and just continuing and building, and continue to build and build off of what you like in the areas of that. You know, you have to know what you can do. You have to know what you bring to any table. The fellas used to get mad at me the last couple what was that, year 3 and year 3 and 2, because I was like, oh, I am the table. In year 4, remember, they used to get mad at me all the time. But I still stand on that. And that's because I know who I am. And when you know who you are, it's really difficult and hard for people to tell you who you are. And I just want you guys to stay encouraged, to stay striving, to stay growing. I'm human just like anybody else. I'm not perfect, but the one thing I pride myself on is my reputation, business wise anyway. Your personal feelings ain't got nothing to do with it, but business wise. And then also, I go through things too, just like all of us. And I just choose to open up my life and show you guys, and take y'all on my journey. You know what I mean? Wherever it may be. I go to church. I love God. I do all of that. But every now and again, you might catch me on my live twerking or something in the close friends. It goes down in the close friends. It goes down on the Patreon. So, just with like all of that type of stuff. It's like, live and be free, be who you are. Don't be distracted by social media. Don't be distracted by society and what society say you should do and how you should move. You have to, know who you are all the way around. And sometimes you have to, actually look back at how far you've come, not with the winky eye, because sometimes I know for me, I can get so caught up in the moment where I don't even live in the moment. And you gotta really know yourself. So a lot of the times for you, transparency moment. I'm always transparent with you guys. So I just did a post recently. It was such a heartfelt, emotional post. Like, I hardly ever sleep. So I'm the friend that's calling 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, like, what you doing? Like, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And so whenever I do come here and I share, and you guys see it on social media, and I'm sharing these highlighted moments for me, these hoorays, and all of these great times that I have, on the other side of that, um, once it's all done and it's all said, and I'm calm, right? And the high runs off, it sets in to me that my cousin's not here, right? So every time that I have like a great moment where you guys are like, congratulations, yay, 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 I'm like, yeah, like, this is a great thing. On the other side of that, it's always like a reality check for me, like, damn, she's gone. So I always had her as that person to celebrate those moments with. Not saying that I didn't do it with my friends, but y'all know, like, they know she was my vault. So it's like anytime I'm doing something and I'm having these great moments, and new things are coming on, or I'm meeting new people, or I'm doing new things, it's always very exciting. And then at the end, I'll be like, damn, I can't even call you and tell you about it. Or if it's some stuff going on, we can't even sit and talk and laugh about it and things like that. So that's why for me, I have to always learn. I've been learning how to live in the moment and live in the moment as of not being on to the next moment, because I'm so passionate. For one, I speak with passion. I be pumped up. I'm excited. And a part of me is in a part of me and what I do is, basically here too is motivational speaking. I want to eventually start having like I don't even want to say a little seminar. I don't want to call them that. I rather call them like a like-minded meetings and stuff like that. So just to give people that oomph, especially like entrepreneurs, or not even just entrepreneurs. I like to do my one-on-one stuff, but just to get people minds back and going, because it can be really hard, and you could just experience different things in life that make you not want to do anything, or make you feel like you want to stop because business is slow and stuff like that. So for me, another fun fact, after I dropped the video, right? So I dropped the video, and mind you, the video dropped May 26th to the public, but it dropped May 18th to at the private premiere. So it was funny because right after the video dropped on the 26th, by the 28th, I was already like, all right, I gotta do something else. Let me see what else I'm doing. And one of my friends was like, what? You gotta calm down. I was like, no, I gotta figure out. She was like, what's going on? I was like, I feel like I'm not doing enough. And she was like, you feel like you're not doing enough? I was like, no, I'm not doing enough. But that's just me, how I am. I demand excellence. Like, in order to be the best, you got to be willing to do what other people ain't willing to do. I said it last week. I said it the week before that. I say it all the time. A lot of people want to be an entrepreneur, but everybody don't have what it takes to be an entrepreneur. If everybody could be an entrepreneur, then everybody would have a whole bunch of successful businesses, right? And you got to be willing to do the things that the regular person ain't doing. So I was like, I gotta figure out something. I gotta do something. Oh, and even my pastor, I was telling my pastor about it too. And she was like, they both was like, you just did your video. First of all, you just got finished filming your video like a month ago. A month later, you dropped the video. And 3 days after the video dropped, you talk about you ain't doing enough, you gotta do something else. So that's just how I am. Because ain't nobody gonna go hard for you. At the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna go hard for me. I'm gonna go hard for me. So I am just that. I'm very driven. I'm that person, because I say all the time, I eat, sleep, candy coated. I feel like there's other things that I need to step up on. What I mean, I've been a little busy, so this is like the second show that I did, and I was 20 minutes late for this one. Checked it, had all the stuff together, went live, was sounding like a mouse, had to click back off. Then last week it was that. So now I'm recognizing where I'm getting pulled in different directions, and I don't ever want to lose sight of Candy Coated Secrets. So I have to get my scheduling and all that together, because it's new, and I'm getting adjusted. And I've determined tonight I'm going to be able to make an adjustment. So that is dope. I'm going to be able to do that. I usually take a summer break. As far as, I'm lying, I haven't done that in a long time, except for last year when my cousin passed away. After the 5-year anniversary, I needed to breathe, because I didn't even know if I wanted to continue to do the show. So I don't know if I'm going to take a break. I believe that we are going to continue to do it all summer long. So if you guys are able to tune in, sure. If you're not, you're not. And we're just going to keep on. We're just going to keep on doing it. And I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for my anniversary this year. I know I said I was not going to do any more big ones, so I'm not doing any big ones. I think the next big one I have will be my 10th year anniversary, and I would love to see how that goes. But outside of that, y'all, in a couple weeks we will be entering into closing chapter 6 and entering chapter 7. And if I must say, chapter 6, year 6, from when I've been back to January to now, so much has happened. I released my video, I recorded my video, released my video, had my birthday. Um, a magazine article was released. You know what I'm saying? And then I went to this red carpet event, hosted that, and I have a show coming up on PRTV network, a new show to see how all of that is going to go. So trying to figure out, um, how the first couple of shows with that is going to go. I got to see how that's going to go, see if I even want to continue to do that. So I'm just glad that I'm able to take you guys along the journey while we do all of these things, because I just want you to know that don't let nothing stop you. Don't let nothing stop what you're doing. Don't let nobody come in and try to make you feel like what you're doing is wrong. Don't allow anybody to make you feel like that you gotta be. I feel like you gotta you gotta be able to recognize your assets. You gotta be able to recognize people that are assets to you, people who are just using you, people who are just being manipulative, people who are being opportunists, people who just don't have pure intentions. Like, you gotta be able to recognize that. And the good thing for me is I experienced all of that crap within the first 5 years. I experienced all of that within the first 5 years. I try to shield people from stuff. So I keep saying one day I'm gonna do like a tell-all, but I think I think I'm gonna just do the tell-all on Patreon, like a tell-all where we can just have the conversation. Y'all can ask me questions and we can just go from there. I ain't mad at that. If that's what you feel like, if you want to keep your ball rolling, move at whatever pace you can handle. A video today, then a movie next week. Okay. Okay. That's what I'm talking about, TJ. Give some hearts and thumbs up to that. Like I said, and share the show. Just so I let you so I can let you guys know. I've also been thinking about doing different things. So one of my friends get mad at me all the time, but so we want to do different stuff. But the levels of the Patreon, they range from 1 to 5. So it's $1, $5, and $10. The $10 you get a more bang for you. Get all of that your buck, but you all are mini business partners. The $5 tier come with different things like that. And then the dollar tier is just a simple thank you. You get a thank you for being here. And I don't make even though you are supposed to like separate what you give each tier. I'm not like that. My stuff is open. You know what I mean? If you're paying the membership, you have all outright access as of now to all the behind the scenes footage. So far, it's 14 different behind the scenes footage on there. I'm about to say footages. Lord, footage on there. I'm also, even though it's past, but I'm also uploading videos and things and conversations that you guys didn't get to see from like way back, from like this whole 6-year process, which I think is really, really good. I'm about to begin working on an origin story documentary on myself. So it's so many great things, and I'm just super excited. And I couldn't do it without you guys. So even if you may feel like your stuff not moving, it's moving. Even whatever, they'll catch up. And I tell everybody, sometimes it'd be like 20 something of y'all on here, because I get to see y'all the numbers. Sometimes it'd be like 20 something of y'all, 25 with y'all, and then some days it's 10, some days it's 7. Like it fluctuates, because and I know some people are like, oh, you be telling them too much. No, I want y'all to see. So like right now there's a total of like 9 or 10 people on here right now, and it's been going in and out, and y'all can't see that, but I can. So y'all are only able to see who is on the platform that you're on. So sometimes if you're watching from Facebook, it might be like 2 or 1. Or if you go inside of the Facebook group, then it might be like 3 right there. Or if you go on YouTube, it might be another 4 or 2 on YouTube. So or 5 or 6. I think like last week it was like 10 people from off of YouTube. So just with anything, if you do anything live, don't get discouraged. It's up and down, it's up and down. But one day it will be steady, you know what I mean? And it works. So try not to focus too much on the numbers. The good thing is I am we are monetized on all platforms. So that's a good thing. What else? Since I've started on YouTube, I've had YouTube for a while, but now I've made YouTube like a focus with me just doing YouTube. It started out as a challenge. Like, hey, can you just, because I was ready to can everything. But we've had so much growth from YouTube. You guys with us together when it comes to YouTube. I think it's like 15% watches from their actual television. Y'all, it looks different on TV. I'm telling y'all. It looks so different when you actually are watching it on TV. And then I get off here and I watch it on YouTube too myself. Because I look at every show, I critique it and do all of that and things like that. I'm actually having a computer built. I gotta get a computer built. My coworkers is gonna build me a computer because I had to switch cameras. So I'm not using my camera. Uh, my coworker actually gave me a webcam. I hate the webcam. Oh, I hate the webcam. But I take y'all with me and y'all get to see it as it's going. So don't be alarmed. Don't feel like the resolution and stuff like that or the quality has done or it's going down. No, I'm in the process of switching a whole lot of stuff around. And I think it's good though, because y'all get to see me build the show. I think all the time like y'all get to see me build it. Y'all are with me. I do want to start bringing guests back. I want to start bringing guests back because the last couple times I've tried to have guests on, um, this was acting dumb. But what I will tell you is majority of the guests and the crazy combos will be on Patreon. I'm sorry. It's going to be on Patreon because I have to, it takes money to make money. And I got to continue to build. I need a computer. You know what I mean? I got to build all this other, I got to get all this stuff. And that's like a $400-something project that got to be done, boy. But it gets done. Shout outs to anybody that donates, that give the donations. Shout outs to everybody who's joined the Patreon. Shout outs to people who just randomly sometimes send me a Zelle Cash App or something like that. Shout outs to the people who follow that have given me equipment. Y'all have given me equipment. We have some more equipment that's on the way. At this point, I'm up to have like 50 mics. So, things like that. Don't ever lose sight of your dream. Don't ever lose sight of what you have going on. Everything only works as good as you work it. And you got to know, as long as you're open and you're honest with people, you'd be surprised at who God will send your way to help you. And I will say that if I used to be so stubborn. I used to want to do things my way or the highway or something. I used to only want things a certain way. I didn't want to move from different things I was doing. But then I had to do it. Like, you know what? Listen, it might not be bad. Try it. And it works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. And, I'm just very appreciative about everything that we're doing. So here lately, I've just been doing a lot of reflecting on the last 6 years, and not really mainly the 6 years, but really this last year with Candy Coated Secrets. So I'm just so excited about that because I know how to do everything. I know how to write, I know how to direct, I know how to produce, I know how to edit. I have to know how to do everything because I'm a one-woman show. So anytime one of you guys donate or you guys help me, stuff like that, I'm so appreciative. And, this is just a season where I've been just practicing my faith and walking in my faith. And this is the first time in my life that I really told God to 100% guide my path. And what I can say is he has not been leading me astray, so life goes on. I experience things, you get the battles, but they're not as hard. They're not as hard as they were when I didn't have him at all. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? So y'all know how it is. My nose always itch, and things of that nature. So, I'm excited. it's new. And I'm just saying how, you know, when you take the time to sit back and get quiet, you really get to see just how much we don't listen to him, because we have so much going on. And I've been placed in some situations, and I can't wait to tell y'all about them until, you know, in a little while, where, you know, he has truly been showing me who he is. And y'all, I'm gonna try not to cry and get excited, but he's just really been showing me, like, girl, I got your back. Like, girl, I got your back. And I never been able to, like, say that. Like, I could say that, but when you, like, know it, when you, like, I know this was, I know it. This was this man. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, yeah, it make me want to just continue to be better, to get closer to him. But I will say, things didn't begin to change until I developed a relationship with him on my own. Like, a relationship is a two-way street. Just like Gary just said, if I have never told you I'm proud of you, you are truly an inspiration, success in your hands. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. Thank you so much. My nose itch. Thank you. You know what? I seen your comment on Instagram some weeks ago when you was like, "God, you are the hardest working person in show business." Show business. Like, I like stuff like that because I'm really, I'm really doing it. Like, you really gotta go hard or go home. That's my alma mater, and I'm already home, so I'm trying to get out of the home. So, like I said, you know, my cousin, when she passed away, she was like my anchor. She was the praying warrior. She was that person. And I'd be like, she'd be like, pray. I'm like, girl, he listened to you before he listened to me. If I say a prayer, I used to tell her, we used to laugh. I used to be like, girl, my prayer ain't going no higher than the ceiling. And we would just laugh and stuff like that. And so I relied on that a lot, you know, with her doing it, because I didn't have to do it. But when she passed away, you know, she used to always tell me, like, you know, God never leaves you where he found you. He never leaves you where he found you. It made me, it forced me, although it was a heartbreaking, traumatic experience that I can't stand, but it pushed me closer to him. And it made me to start picking up a Bible on my own. It made me start, you know, having this two-way prayer life with him, and not just going to him when I needed something, or when something was wrong with a relationship end, or if somebody did something I didn't like. You know, I literally go to this man about everything. Are there areas I need to improve in? Absolutely. I think we all should. There are areas that we all can improve in. And I'm just like, I can't wait until I am completely settled, to where so it's like, all right, I can do this and I can focus, and this is all I can focus on. But I'm just so grateful that even on my times when I'm falling short and I may not have listened, he didn't turn his back on me, right? But now I'm in a season in my life where I don't wait for him to tell me or show me 20 times why I need to do something or why I shouldn't do something. And I'm just, and then I'm just learning and knowing that if it's for me, it's for me. He not going to send me nothing that's going to drain me. If something is draining me, if something is an issue, that ain't him. You know what I mean? And things like that. So it's just so many things. I have so many stories. I can't wait. I can't wait to tell y'all. That's why y'all gotta, like, I'm gonna save them for like Patreon and for the origin and stuff like that, because it's been too many situations where God has shown me who he is, and has shown me, like, this is real. And I'm telling y'all, he definitely answers prayers. When I was sitting here before I get out of here, when I was last week, when I was coming from the premiere of the video, me and my friend was in the car and we were going over it. That footage is actually on the Patreon. And we were going over, we were talking. She remembers when I used to be up all night on the phone with her, and she would be like, I'm going to sleep. It's 3 a.m. I gotta get up and go to work at 7. And she's like, you don't sleep. I was working on my show all day, every day, working on everything. And they used to laugh at me because I speak as if things have already happened. So I'm like, yeah, I just flew in from Italy. Yeah, they flew me to this radio station. Oh, I'm gonna be on these red carpets and ding, 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 right? And although it's not those red carpets that are, you know, the mainstream ones, but what he has shown me is, girl, you getting closer. So I look at it, I look at everything that he's doing and that he's done. I didn't get flown to the Breakfast Club or something like that, but I got flown to WRB Media down in North Carolina on their radio. You know what I'm saying? That was what, 3 years ago. So 3 years, 3 more years prior to that, what? I was on 92Q. I was advertised on all the radio stations in the DMV area, right? And so these are just the things. And then I'm constantly, getting reached out to from different magazines, like for their hidden gems or most inspirational stories and stuff like that. Like this is one of them as well. So I see, like he's preparing me. So I stop being so hard on myself and stop feeling like I'm not doing anything, or stop feeling like I need millions and millions of people to tune in every day. Like he's just started showing me like you don't need that to be successful. You don't need that to be great. I got you. So that's why I know that with all the ups and downs that I've experienced with this, with all the tears and stuff I've cried behind this, I've lost friendships behind my business, relationships behind my business, business situations behind me chasing my dream. I've been backstabbed, all that stuff like I told you. People have taken my ideas and ran with them. And I'm like, all right, because I know if it's for me, it's for me. I can show you my hand, but you would never play it the way I would. You would never play it the way I would. Like people can copy anything, but people cannot copy your spirit, and people cannot copy your energy. That cannot be copied. And even with all of those things, I'm just so forever grateful. And I said to her, and she laughed, but she was with me, and she just was like, "Yo, like, thank you for asking me to come with you, because I remember you sitting in your room all night long talking about this. Like I remember when you started your show on an iPhone 6 in my bedroom, and to now to see what it's done." So she's like, to be, I'm like, yeah, remember I said I was gonna be on the red carpets and stuff? And she laughed like, yeah, you did. So it's not only just a full circle moment for me. Sometimes it's even a full circle moment for my friends or the people that have been attached to me while I've been doing this, where they're like, yo, you really are doing everything that you said you wanted to do. And, the main thing is I don't want anybody to ever feel like that, that it's too late, because it's not. All you have to do is just change the direction of what you want to do and how you want it to be. People used to know me for cussing off people out, going off and all this other stuff. Yeah, that's fine. But if you don't like your story, then you can change it. Anybody, I can honestly say, anybody who knew me before I was 30, from 30 on before, you don't know me today. You know what I mean? You don't know me today. And I love that. I love that. So my thing is, don't allow your past to define you. Don't allow other people's opinions of you to define you. Don't allow you not being where you want to be right now as an adult, right now as an individual, as a mother, a father, uncle, or grandfather. Don't allow that to make you feel discouraged if you can't be better, because I'm telling you, you can be better and you can get better and things will get better. But nothing works. Everything works as long as you work it. And then sometimes, we often be praying and asking God for solutions, and then He'll be showing you that the solution is right in your face, but you don't want to hear it because it ain't the solution that you want. You know what I mean? And I know that, like, a lot of us, we all battle with that. You keep asking for signs to see if you should stay in a relationship, and you've seen 40 million of them that say that you don't, and why you shouldn't. But then you think you are. And I'm just here to say, God don't bring no chaos together. You know what I mean? He ain't the creator of that. But everything is all about what you do. You can be the best you that you want to be. And sometimes life and experiences, we're allowed our heartache, our pain, our experiences, death, our losing our parents, losing our children, our husband, our wives, our kids, or people just doing nasty things that people with the media just pouring negativity and murders all down your head all day, make you feel like, oh my God, is there even a God? Sometimes you have to unplug and focus and get centered. And you got to work it. You ask him to send you a solution and you refuse to latch on to the solution. And then you still saying, send me the solution. And I would just say, there's not a pastor, there's not a church, there's not a group meeting, there's not a book, there is not anything that can tell you how to be with God. That is something that can only be experienced in a relationship that takes two parties. And sometimes you can't do all the talking. And you got to help him out sometimes. You know, he's not a genie in a bottle, and you rub him when you feel like it. You don't even like when your relationship or your girlfriend or your wife or your husband only bother you or rub you when they feel like it. It worked the same way. So I would say for me, I always saw things move and things were going good. But baby, once I started to develop a relationship with this man on my own, oh my God, it's been lit. And he just constantly keeps showing me why, like, girl, don't ever doubt me. And every time he does something, I almost feel him saying, do you believe me now? You believe me now? You gonna believe me now? So, I mean, it's just all of these full circle moments and different things that's coming and going on with me. And I'm just appreciative of it. So I look at all this stuff as practice and as baby steps. So, just be great. Continue to be great. Be the best person that you can be. Don't be the best person that your mother, your father, your sister, or your family wants you to be. You got to be the best person that you can be. There is no handbook on how to be the better person or the best husband or the best wife or the best pastor or the best lawyer. Like none of that. You got to do it. So have some integrity. You got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything every single time. You have to put the work in and you have to be prepared and be willing and ready to do it. And the way things going on in this world, you better get a connection with somebody. You got to get a connection. You better develop a relationship with them because it is crazy out here. People doing all kinds of things. Like this boy just killed his cousin mother and his baby mother. Like, COVID has unleashed the crazies. That's what I say. It has unleashed the crazies because it was crazy prior to COVID, but it seemed like COVID came and it is like, woo, Sodom and Gomorrah outside, okay? So it's just like, you gotta, just be the best you. That's all I can say. Be the best you. Be the best you. My goal is to be more like Jesus. I can't be perfect because he was perfect, but I can try, which means have empathy, have compassion, be understanding and less judgmental. You know what I mean? Open your perspective. Your way is not the only way. Pray and ask for discernment. Be giving. Don't be a gatekeeper of information. Information is free. Could you imagine, people kill me when they gatekeep stuff. Oh, I just hate that by itself. But imagine if Jesus kept all the goodness to himself. He wouldn't have cured leprosy. She wouldn't have been able to touch the hem of his garment. He wouldn't have healed the blind. If he wanted to keep everything to himself, we wouldn't have a lot of the miracles and stuff that happened. So that's just my goal, to be more like Jesus. My friends always be like, oh, you share, you give all your information away. You tell people where you brought this stuff from. You tell them, yeah, because why not? But also outside of that, I put out the energy that I want to receive as well. And I wouldn't want nobody to treat my daughter that way because she got a goal and I don't know what she might want to do or how she might want to do it. I don't want anybody to block her because I'm being blocked, because how you send it is not always how it comes back. Sometimes it comes back through your kids and through everything else. So, that's why I do a lot of the things that I do. Even when people were stealing stuff from me, I was like, I'm not about to share nothing. I'm not helping nobody else. This was during my second year. I was like, Oh no, you know. But then this man showed up. This man showed up. Um, he showed up in Las Vegas when I was trying to do my show, and he was so free with all the information and helped me a whole lot during the second year that in that moment God was like, see, this is why I want you to share, because this man shared all this information. He helped me save so much money, and he's the reason why I know how to work some of these streaming platforms. Had he had been selfish, had he had not wanted to do that, I wouldn't have known how to do any of that. Like I said, some people have given me equipment. They like, oh, I see what you're doing. I want to do this. Thomas shot the music video. I met Thomas when I was 15 at Pastor Gary Johnson's church, and Thomas shot my video. Before Thomas shot my video, Thomas have come to my house a few times, giving me equipment and walked me through how to do things and how to set different things. So I don't charge people for information. I'm not trying to book classes to charge people because information is free and you get more. And I believe that that's why I'm getting so many blessings, and to have people that just literally do things because they are moved to do it. Because I'm not selfish. You are definitely not the same. You are saying something out of your mouth. You are blessing me tonight. Oh, thank you. Look at me, blessing the pastor. Go ahead. But so it's just like all of those things that I sit back and I look at. He gives so many people, he gives us thousands of ideas. He gives us thousands of things to do. And some of us are too afraid to even act on one because you want the plan to be perfect. You want it to come out this way. Just do it. Jermaine to be yelling at me all the time, but in a good yell. She's like, I can say since I've met you that you have an idea and you act on it. Yeah. Because what he gonna keep giving me ideas and visions for if I ain't acting on them? Or I'm trying to wait for him to be so perfect in order to act on them. No. It doesn't work that way. And I say all the time, we all say we have faith and we believe, but the minute that faith is tested, or you gotta show that you believe, we be so shaky and questionable. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, I've been guilty of it. It's like, well, look to Jesus. Hold on. I know what you said, but it ain't looking like that. And then I just had to remember, if you just gotta talk to yourself. Like, we had to remember, like, whew, don't be blinded by what you see. I'm like, girl, you can't see the forest through the trees. You got to know there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel. So that's why I'm saying anything that you do, anything that you're working hard for, anything that you're pushing for, I'm like, I can't be working this hard and experience all of this stuff that came around with this stuff for this not to come to pass. Like, it got to. It got to. And so I don't know. I just, like I say, I just want to, I put it in my song, I inspire to inspire. That's it. I pray, they say you shouldn't tell people your prayers, but y'all know me. I like to run my mouth, but I do. I pray for him to keep me different. And I pray for him to use me so that I can tell people about him. I always tell him, like, fix my life, make my crooked places straight so that I'm able to be an example. So then they get there and they say, well, how you do it? What you do? I'm like, I even say it now when people ask me different things, or I've done different interviews and magazines. I'm like, I'm not doing anything. Because if you leave it up to me, I'd have gave up a long time ago. If you left it up to me when my mother got diagnosed with breast cancer, I wouldn't have been able to do my show. You know what I mean? When my best friend brother passed away, I wouldn't have been able to do it. When my engagement ended, I wouldn't have been able to do it. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it is something stronger than me and me. Because if you leave it up to my human side, I'd have fell out a long time ago. I used to say, my heart would be in a blender in the backyard in the grass getting lawnmowed over, and a dog is chewing on it. People used to be like, oh my God. But without that, God just shows me otherwise. And I think a lot of times when we have things and we come up against things and we're doing different things, it's him knocking on our door saying, Can we start now? Can we start again? You want to listen to me now? Like, can we do this? Are you ready? You know what I mean? So you just got to hold on to the good fight of faith, and just know that even when it looks it's like it ain't gonna be, you got to hold on. And a fun fact too, and I'm trying to change this. Sometimes when um, I talk about just like all the great things and good things that he does, right? Sometimes something so crazy will happen right after. They'll be like, ooh, the enemy, hey, Officer Waters. And I'm like, ooh, the enemy don't like that. You know what I mean? But I've been even changing that, because sometimes something will happen and I'm like, I already know what you're trying to do. Like the devil will be trying to steal your joy. And you got to be able to recognize when that stuff is happening. You got to get that discernment together. You got to know you're not perfect. And I'm just learning that you literally have to go to him for everything. Like you have to literally go to him for everything. Um, I used to not like to be alone by myself, as far as like who likes to sit with their own thoughts. I don't think nobody likes to sit with their own thoughts. But I got to a place, I remember like I told you, my cousin, she used to tell me, she's like, the higher you get to God, the closer you get to God, and the more you start to understand yourself and you become okay and you start to know things and you start to learn things, you will not be bothered. Like you will not mind being alone sometimes. Like it will not it will not it will not bother you to be alone. And I'm like, okay, I never knew what she meant. Like years ago, but I never knew what she meant. And then, baby, let me tell you, peace of mind is so peaceful and free. I believe that when people don't, people always say, oh, I want a peace of mind, I want a peace of mind. But when you truly experience a peace of mind, you don't want anybody to disturb it at all. I don't like nobody to argue around me. I had a peace of mind, right? But like once when my daughter had moved out, I had more peace of mind, because it's like, oh yeah, I can really make this be how I want it to be. And then it's like, even if she come around sometimes and she might be on the phone fussing with one of her friends or her boyfriend or something, I'd be like, you got to get out of here. Come visit me another day, because that's just too much. I really know what a peace of mind is like. Over these last couple of years, I will say with him, with him taking my cousin, um, it made me have to sit with me. So because she had been in every part. Like it was like my world was okay as long as she was here. I didn't care about nothing else. But it made me really, understand. And I went through all those emotions. But we had such a great relationship that even though I missed her, most of the times when I'm thinking of her or I may shed a tear, it's happy tears. You know what I mean? I'm noticing that um, when I'm feeling away, I'm in here. If I'm frustrated, um, if I'm feeling sick, if I'm not understanding what's going on, something I never done, I'm in here, because y'all know I'm new to this Bible world, okay? I'm new to the Bible world. I know how to meditate and pray, but I'm new to the Bible world. I will misquote a scriptures with their quickness, but you know what I'm trying to say. I put it in Google. I'm typing what scripture relates to when you want to cuss somebody out, but you can't. And like scriptures will come up. And I always go to whichever one, fits me. Or, when my faith is feeling shaky, what do I do? What do I do? Boom, it'll come up. And I put it right in Google. So I even move differently. I find myself, I drive down the street, and when I see people, um, something to just tell me, like, pray for them. So I'm like, I pray for people. So I'm even noticing how my prayers are different. A lot of times I find myself now, I pray more for other people than I do for myself. And sometimes I be like, girl, you neglecting yourself. I be feeling bad. You ever feel bad? You know what I'm saying? Like you feel bad when you start doing something for you, and that's not gonna keep y'all much longer. But you ever feel like that? And I'm up there and I'm like, all right, well, I gotta pray for me this week. or all right, well, I'm gonna pray for me later. You know, I end up praying for, I'm always praying for other people. Um, oh, and a big one. You know how people used to make me mad back in the day and I'm ready to smack somebody? Now when people make me mad, I pray. I'll be like, girl, I don't recognize you. Oh my God. So I mean, you sometimes you gotta sit back really and recognize your own growth. You cannot wait for other people to acknowledge you. I'm telling you, please don't wait for other people to acknowledge you. Please don't wait for people to pat you on your back. Pat yourself on the back. Okay. Um, and I pray. I pray for them now. You know what I mean? When somebody, I really pray for them. And when people do things and they aren't right and they do things maliciously towards me, or they just have bad intentions, I'm so confident that I just be like, you sure you want me to pray? Because if like, they don't even be asking, but I give them this, I'll be looking at them like, if I go talk to my homie about you, I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm not saying something bad or good that will come out of it, but um, anything like that. But, you know, I'm starting to understand when he say, thou touch not my anointed, you know, because he don't play about his kids. Even when it looked like he playing about his kids, he don't play about his kids. And now I can confidently say, God don't play about me. I can't say what he do for you. I can't. I'm not, and that doesn't mean that I'm saying he's playing or he's not there. But I can confidently say that because I have a relationship with him, and he is the only person that has never disappointed. Even if he's done some things in your life or my life where he had to smack my hand, or life has had to happen, or my little grace season ran out because I was just taking full advantage. He always spin the bin and he's always right there. That's just my story with him. You know, I talked about that too. I even shared that one time on Bible study, how even though, you know, they say he knows everything, right? He knew taking her was going to crush my whole heart. But even with, I think I shared this on Bible study. I don't think I never shared it publicly. When when my cousin passed away, oh, I laid him out. I mean, I had a full blown battle. Didn't no cursing, which I was surprised at, but just had when I say you gotta really just talk to him, because I used to think it was like a scripted way that you had to talk to him, you know. But I'm like, I gotta just talk to him because you know he gonna guide me as I do it, you know. But I went off. Like I was just telling him, I'm like, I don't want to talk to you right now. I don't want to follow you. I don't want to. It's like she died, right? You know how when you lose somebody, or if something tragic happens to you, you forget everything you ever known. It was like everything he had ever done had got erased. I couldn't even think about it. But even in that moment, when I was laying him out, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't understand why you did that to me. Like, you know, I don't know what to do. You know, I know nothing about X, Y, and Z. Like, out of all the people you could have taken out of my family, you took her, you know, went through all those emotions. And the family, if you watch, don't get offended. I love y'all, but you know what I'm trying to say. But I'm just like, oh my God, you know, why this and this? And I'm yelling and I'm fussing and I'm yelling. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. I do not want to talk to you. And even still, I could feel and could hear this voice. I'm ignoring it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm going off. I'm yelling and I'm screaming. And even in that moment where I was so mad with him, have y'all ever experienced that? Or am I by myself? Where I was so upset, where I was so not wanting to believe, where I wanted to slip back into ways that I had, Lord, had been delivered from, you know, even in that moment, even in those moments when I was so angry with him and he knew it because I made sure he knew it. It was like I still felt him when I would curl up with my pillow and lay on my side. and just be crying. It's like, do y'all understand? I could still feel him being understanding to the fact that he understood what I was feeling and why I was feeling it. And it was like, even though you feeling this way, and even though you done lost your mind, like you don't know who you talking to, I love you anyway. I got you anyway. You are going to get through it, even though you feel like you aren't. And I remember, she used to always tell me, like, everything works out for the greater good for those who believe in the Lord. Everything, everything, everything. And I remember going to class. Mind you, I'm still in class. I'm going to the Christ Temple University and still studying and still finishing. And I'm just like all crazy, right? And I'm like, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't see the good in this. What is the good in this? So if you ask something, you keep asking saying a question, you will eventually get an answer. And I used to always be like, what is the good? And sometimes I had my moments where I'm like, what was the good in this? I can't see the good in this because she was such a blessing that the world needed, right? And my teacher, when I was in class and I was telling him, he was like, well, there is good in it because you here, you in class, you still searching to continue the relationship with him, you still trying to get to know him on your own. You hurt, you broken, but you ain't just turn away. It losing her pushed you closer. So, sometimes we have to change the perspective and wipe the lens out of what we see and when we look at everything. That's why tell y'all, every loss is not a lesson, and every lesson is not a loss. You just have to be able to look at and change the perspective in the which way you see it. And sometimes when it's really hard for me to see things, I always sit for a second, sit back and say, how does Jesus see this? Or how does spirit see it? How does, when somebody's being nasty and mean and they cussing and acting crazy, I look past them and I look at them and say, how does Jesus see it? You know what I mean? So, a lot of this stuff it definitely comes with practice. And I've only been practicing it the last 6 years, you know what I mean? 7, actually, the last 7. But the last year, and then this one, I had to do it by myself. And even though I had a support system, I told this story before, but like I was praying and when he took her, and I'm like, who's gonna help me now? I got 1,000 Bible questions. I'd be having a whole lot. I'll make 2 + 2 = 29 in a minute, and then divide it by 12. So I'm just like, you took the one person that was teaching me about you. You took the one person that told me everything about you. You took the one person, like, who gonna tell me who is this? How am I gonna learn? And then who's gonna answer my questions? Who's gonna clarify my brain? And then so it's times like that. And I remember at the same time when I was yelling at him in the same rant in my room on the side of my bed. I remember sitting on the side of my bed. I had two braids. Or something in my hair, whatever. Or I had 2 braids was Thanksgiving. After Thanksgiving, I had like braids in my hair. And I knew, I was like, okay, and I'm sitting on the side of my bed. And next thing I know, I started going to church. My mom had wanted me to come to the church. It was my family church, but I hadn't been in eons. And I met Pastor Williams. Been right there ever since. And I was like, Dad, I knew that was God. And because in that same breath, she was also working on a project at church. She had never met me more than that one time. She didn't meet me at my, cousin's funeral or anything like that. I didn't know who she was. And she ended up calling me for a project, which was a Easter project. Easter or Mother's Day, one of those. And she was just sitting at her desk working, and she was trying to figure out how she was going to do something. And she was like, God said, call Candace. And she called me, and we've been locked in ever since. So he definitely works. And that was definitely a situation where that's why I say I know that she was sent in my life for a reason. Like God connected us for a reason, you know, because I had no desire to go to church after the one time I went for my mom's, like they're like family and friends day or something. I've been in church a whole year. I work at the church now. Look at that. I work at the church on the media team. You know, we trying to get the media team and stuff together at the church. So everything just worked the way it does. And I know that if he had not, you know, sent her to me, and then I believe this in my heart, and nobody can make me think otherwise. Um, the fact that not you talking about hallelujah, you're so irky. The fact that um he sent me there, right? Because I told you I cursed him out when he took her. I was done with him, right? And then when he sent me there and sent her to me and sent me there, and then it was like the next thing she was talking about, she wanted to do stuff online. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, but now I'm sitting here with y'all thinking about it. I'm having even more of an epiphany, you know, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. I just never to say, oh, you thought you was slick, you know, but this is how you do things, right? And I was like, oh, okay. You know, she was like, she wanted to do that. She wanted to do whatever. I was like, okay. And I love food. She was cooking. And at that time, nobody had ever been to her house, like from the church. And she don't really be letting people over her house, right? So I'm looking strange. Her people was looking at her strange, like, girl, this is what you're doing. You don't even do this. But she just doing, I'm just going with it. You know, he done took my cousin. I'm just a walking zombie. Just go with the flow. And but I'm a sucker for food. So I feel like he used that to reel me in, you know what I mean? Because every time she would ask me to do something, it was over a meal. And after that, I was like, oh, okay. It went from, well, can you show me how to do this? It was like, oh yeah, I'll come and I'll show you guys. But I had no desires on returning, you know? So I'm just saying that I know that all of this was like, he did all of this for a reason, because if me going is one thing, I can come and I can visit. But by him giving me an assignment there, right? And I keep my word. He know I keep my word with everything that I do. So it's like, you ain't going back out on your word. So by him having me go there and then having her assign me to the media team, I knew that he did that to keep me there. And plus, she's a great preacher and she feeds my spirit. And she's not traditional, and I love that. So um I know that he sent me there and now had me doing the media part, because it's not that difficult. Like, you know, it's still learning, it's still growing. So anybody can really do it. But it's like, no, I want to send Candace there, and I want Candace to do it, because I need this to be Candace's assignment in order to keep her in church, to where as though, even though she ain't too friendly and too fond of me right now, but as long as she's in there and the words are getting to her and she's hearing it, I don't care, as long as she's in there and it's getting planted in her while she's doing an assignment by working for the church, because he knew that taking my cousin would have been the thing to derail me, to just make me throw everything out of the window. So, and you know, that's why I say you just gotta be able to look and see the areas and where he talking to you, because he will. And I go to church every Sunday. I get mad if I gotta miss a Sunday. You know what I mean? I look forward to doing it. I used to be late. I'm on time now. I get there sometimes before time. So I'm just going with the flow and watching him move and work and what he do um in my life. And I like it so far. So that's why I say, you know, he's the only person that doesn't disappoint. But you do. I used to have a control issue too. You know, some of us, we don't like to admit that. I used to be very controlling. I had to know how it was going to go, what it was going to be like, how it was going to look. What's this? Why is this? Why is this there? You know, I know I need to do it. I need to get out of this. I want control. But then I started learning. Yes, you are on one time every Sunday. Okay, put some respect on my name because um, of the simple fact that I had to realize that I really don't have no control. I really don't have no control. And then losing my cousin showed me you really ain't got no control. You can want all the things you want, but that don't mean it's gonna go that way. So I was tired of that. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, you know what? I'm tried it my way. It ain't got me nowhere, but upset, mad, angry, fighting, arguing, chaos. So let me try it your way. I surrender because my way ain't working. And he been he been doing the daggone thing. So I'm hoping that this will, you know, help somebody. I just wanted to share with y'all why I'm so while I'm so passionate, why if ever I'm coming to you about anything or we ever sharing ideas or something like that, um, stuff like that, um, that's why. And I didn't have somebody in my life that whatever idea I came with or came up with, you know, she shot it down and said it was dumb. So a lot of it, so honestly, a lot of my oomph and why I'm so passionate sometimes and why it may seem like um I'm pushing people more than they want to be pushed is because I had somebody that did that to me that helped me to unlock all of my potential. And it's not even fully unlocked yet, but it is so unlocked to where as though I just want that for you, whatever it may be. And it doesn't have to be an entrepreneur type of thing, just better, whether it's you want to be a better friend, a better mother, better, you know, whatever it is you want to do. I want you to be the best at what you do. So like I told you, I told her one time I was down bad. I was like, girl, I'm about to just start selling oranges and strawberries. And she was like, okay. I was like, yeah, I was like, you don't think nothing wrong with it? She said, no. We got off the phone. She ended up calling me back and said, so I'm thinking when you sell the strawberries and oranges, you should probably cut them this way. I mean, she was calling me with ideas. And it's like, girl, about oranges and strawberries, where one of my friends would have said, girl, and not paid it no mind. So I didn't have somebody where I could sit down with them, give them ideas, tell them how I'm feeling, tell them what I want to do with myself, or just be at a low place in life and just telling them everything I'm feeling and what I'm going through, and they not uplift and encourage or get me to see another perspective of it, you know, another perspective of it, another side. So I am that, you know, she was a great mentor to me. So I emulate her because some of my friends, they call me with something, they be like, here you go. But even now I'm at the point where some of my friends, when they go through things, they call me like, I need to call somebody rational because I'm about to go down here and go off. And I'm like, okay, so I take I take joy in the fact that you're not calling me to go beat somebody up. And I'm like, yeah, let's go get it. You know, where she at? Where they at? You know what I'm saying? Because you know I'm a step, you know, but now, you know, don't get it twisted. I'm saying sanctified and delivered, but you know, don't push. But I'm like, oh, okay. What? Well, you want to pray? Can I pray for you? Okay, let's pray. I'm like, well, come on, let's do this exercise real quick. And we do like a quick little meditation thing. Because I do that type of stuff too. That's really where I thrive the most. But the fact that my friends now call me to be a resolution, to be the solution and not the problem. They do hit me sometimes with that. I don't want to hear that right now. And I'm like, well, I'm not the person you should have called then. Because I'm not about to have you out here looking crazy. So I see that. And I love that. And it's so different for me. But when that does happen and when things like that do happen for me, I always thank God and pray first and thank Him for even thinking of me this way, that people call me to want to help them. Like I don't think that we really look at how big of a deal that is. Like when people want to call you to help them be better, that says a lot. So if you have people in your life, I'm not talking about the ones that's calling you because they always got a problem and they just want the drama queens. Like that's why I said you got to act with discernment and be able to. Thank God you retired the hands, okay? Because over the 6 years, I'd have went off a few times. um, but to be able to be better, and I'm not talking about the ones like I said that call you all the time with all their drama. It's like no, not the ones that call you with the drama. Like when you are really being called to be the peace in a storm. And I really didn't know how much of a blessing or a gift that was. So I'd be like, thank you, Lord, for even thinking of me this way. Thank you for even trusting me to be in the position that you're in. Like, I ain't know my past. I don't know nothing about no evangelism award and all that other stuff. She signed me up for stuff. I'm going up against a bunch of people. Don't have a clue. She called me saying, I know what you're going to say. I'm like, girl, she signed me up for it and I won. You know, up against people who are more in the pulpit than me. But I'm just saying, like, like, don't ever doubt yourself, man. Don't ever think that, he will overlook you. Like, no. I had every business. I'm gonna say I had every business and every reason to win. But I'm pretty sure there was other people that probably I don't know, but he said no, it's yours. So if something is for you, it's going to be for you. If something don't work out, whatever it may be, please don't be discouraged. Please don't be discouraged. I know it could be a little tricky and it might make you sometimes you might get a little shaky. Like I experienced something recently that I said I'm gonna share with you at a later date where I was getting a little, but I was like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, don't be discouraged. Like, he really will have your back. But you gotta have a conversation with him. A regularly conversation with him. Not a every now and again conversation with him. Because at one point I used to think you had to always pray on your knees and had to pray, in solitude. And it was like, no, you can pray anywhere. So, I pray in my desk, I pray in the car, I pray in the shower. I pray before I do every show. I pray, especially when I'm out here on the new show now, I pray before I do all that. And it was so funny because we were just recording at Shamrock Liquor. And I forgot that like the mics be attached. And the producer of the show, I'll be messing with him like, you're a creeper because you be listening to people's conversations. And it's so funny how, when Donald Trump and them or other people were actors and actresses, and you be like, how do you not know that mic was on? Oh, it's possible I experienced it. So I forgot. I just went in there to cool off, and I forgot that my mic was on, and I was just talking, and I was this. But I started praying over the business that I had been in, which was Shamrock Liquors. And I'm like, okay, I just asked him to bless the guy's business and bless the show and let those who need it receive it. And I walked out and I'm like, yeah, I got to finish praying for y'all, And he was like, I know I heard you. I was like, how did you hear me? You wasn't even in the room. He was like, oh, your mic. Violated. I felt so violated. And that's just what it was. So I really be doing that. So I just find myself doing things that I never did before. So I'm just trying to tell you, in order to be someone you've never been, you have to become and do things you've never done. You have to. So thank y'all for joining in. Share the show for me. Join the Patreon. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. tell your friends. If you know any businesses that you would like or you believe deserves the spotlight shed on them, let me know so we can get them on this show and on the other show. The Best of Baltimore, the show Best of Baltimore, the Best of Baltimore. It's on PRTV. It's free. It's a free app. It's on Roku. It's on Amazon. Um, thank you, you too. Be safe out there. It's on Amazon, Fire TV. It's on Roku, and there's an app. And so I know some people have been downloading the app and it was like some Chinese people or something that came up because I experienced that too, right? But I'll show you the picture. I could show you guys the picture a different time, but that's the app. Uh, that's the app right there. PR Phoenix Rising TV. Oh, let me see. I'm trying to get it, but that's how it looks. Um, the app is free. You don't have to worry about that. So that's where there it is. That's what it looks like. That's where my new show is going to be. Um, and stuff like that. So you can keep up with what's going on. I'm excited so far. We have a few businesses on there. We have a segment where we play a game with random people in Baltimore. Oh yeah, it was my color stuff was probably up too high. Where we play games with the citizens of Baltimore. If you ever want to come and just support the show and just stop by and get your face on the camera, you'll know where I'm at. I'll let you know where we are. Usually when we do some of that stuff, we're down at the harbor, different parts of the harbor. But we play a game on there called So Baltimore. And if you Baltimore, you should be able to answer the questions. So that segment is fun. That's on there. The producer, shout out to Hollywood. He's thebomb.com. I love working with him. So talented. Our chemistry, like we vibe. But I want to get like churches on there, different things. My pastor, she'd be like, you always trying to get on the camera because I told my pastor, I was like, listen, I feel like the world needs to know about you. So I'm going to interview you on this TV and you're going to be on the TV. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, so we play that. We also going to be like, I guess like giving away little prizes and stuff on the show. So right now we're going to shoot a little pilot and see how it goes and things like that. And I'm just super excited. I'm just super excited about that. So, like I said, if you guys know anybody that's out there doing that thing, it is a black and brown platform. Or if you have something, if you ever want a commercial on there, if you ever want advertisement on there, if you would like for us to come to you to shoot you doing some things so that it can be on the actual TV network. It's not going anywhere. It's going to actually be on TV. So, that'll be dope. And like I said, it's free. It's a free app. Let me know. Inbox me, DM me, inbox me. If you have my number, shoot me a text message. If you can't get to me, reach out to my admin. Tremanda is my admin. If you can't get to her, then you can get to one of the moderators. Benita's a moderator. Vicky's a moderator. And if you can't get to them sometimes, depending upon what it is, you can always get me directly. Like, if you can directly contact me or not. So let's start there. But yeah, if it's things that you're doing, whether you having like events, vendor events, you think the light should be shed on, but they got to be people that's serious. I don't like to work with people that's not serious. So don't ask me to come for a business that ain't gonna be here in 3 months, or they don't push their own stuff. But yeah, we do it all. So I'm definitely appreciating that. I'm trying to, I want some of my, I always put my people on. I want some of my, friends and family that has businesses to get their advertisements and stuff like that and get it on the network so that people can see them. So, send me some recommendations. I do post it on my page and stuff saying if you guys know anybody that may be interested, or if you think of some businesses that should get a review, let me know. I'm also going to be going out to different, locations and restaurants and stuff and eating and trying it, even if they're not a part of the network. So you're about to see me doing a lot of different things. You're going to see me in a different way, doing a lot of different things, bringing a lot of different things to you guys. And, you got to just stay tuned. Thank Harvest CC. So you just got to stay tuned for all of it. But like I said, let me, recommend somebody that you think deserves the spotlight and all of this stuff. We're going to be having cooking shows, just all of this stuff on there. And I'm excited. So thank you guys for watching. We went over, but it was good. I hope you learned something. I appreciate all of you guys that tuned in. Thank you for anybody who subscribed to the YouTube channel, joined the Patreon, sent me a Cash App donation for your support. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys next Wednesday. Good night.